I'm Marty Moore, owner and driver of the Hemi Express Wheel Standard. Welcome to my Hot Rod Garage. Alright guys, we're getting ready to wrap this Camaro up. We went over and picked the rear end up. Terry got it done over at Henderson Drive Line. So we're going to be throwing the rear end back in this thing. Just getting everything buttoned up and checking it out. Make sure she's roadworthy. Alright, let's get busy. Alright, we got this rear end back. Got on the bearings, seals, and everything. She's all set up. Squirt a little paint on her. She'll be ready to go. Guys, I ain't gonna lie, this thing is kicking my butt. We got the rear end back in it. All we gotta do is bleed the brakes and she's done. Should be about a 5-minute job, right? Now that's the first time I ever take the front seat out to bleed brakes. Sir tubs a lot, that's me. I couldn't get in there and get up under the dash. I'm grasping at straws trying to find anything. We did find what I found on this rod here. I'm trying to film this. See, this rod was clear through here. And I think what might be happening is, let's say this is the brake pedal. So this should pivot on here. But with this coming clear through like this, as you go to depress the brake pedal, instead of shoving in, it's shoving down. It's shoving this thing down like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off right here. I got plenty of adjustment on this rod. I'm going to cut this off so this will pivot properly on there, because I got plenty of adjustment on this rod, and then also coming out of the booster here, I've got plenty of adjustment on this rod here. So that's what we're going to try next and see what that does. All right, we got this all back together after bench bleeding it several times. And what we're going to do, we've got fluid to the back that we know. I'm going to get in here and pump the brakes. I got it. All right,
hit the brakes, Marty.
But I cannot stop the back wheels. And we have no air in the system. Cannot stop it. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our other master cylinder that we have here, and we're going to hook this thing up, and we're going to take the line off right here. We're going to take the line off right here where it's going into that proportioning valve, and see if we can't stop the back wheels with this hillbilly setup right here. All right, let's try it. We call Willwood. Pretty much all they'll say is, well, you didn't bench bleed the master cylinder. Well, we bench bled it twice. We bench bled it twice, and it's not like we don't know how to bench bleed. So we done that. Still can't get nothing to the rear. So what we done here, see here, we got a little hillbilly rig set up here, over here to this other master cylinder, and we can pump it up. We pump fluid clear through. We got fluid to the back now. And with the Willwood master cylinder, we have no pressure back there, none. We can't even stop the wheels. With this, I can, let me see if I can push on this, Ron. Hold the camera. There you go. Well, I gotta hold that.
Stops there?
Yep.
So you can work it off of that and it works.
So I'm thinking this master cylinder is no good. Like I say, I called the Willwood Tech line, and they said, oh, we test them all before they leave the factory. But that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So we'll order a new one and get it on here, and we'll let you know if that fixes it. All right, guys, confession time here at Marty's Hot Rod Garage. I have to confess, I cannot make this Willwood master cylinder work. I could not. This is on the 67 Camaro. Here is a Right Stuff I bought from Summit, and I put it on, and everything works great. I don't know, you've seen us put the old master cylinder on and try it. So I am going to, all these lines here, I was going to do this and make lines to hook this up, but you know what, that looks jaked up. That don't look like anything I would want on my car, so I'm not going to do it for anybody else. So I'm going to take all this stuff out today, run new lines up here on the front, and put another proportioning valve in here going to the back. So I don't know what it is, other than maybe the extreme angle that this seems to be with the Willwood master cylinder. And I don't know. I called their tech line twice. All they'll tell me is I didn't bench bleed it right, didn't get all the air out of it. Guys, I've had this thing out of there 3 times. 3 times, bench bled it 3 times. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it can be in the proportion valve. We've checked everything. So I'm just, I'm tired messing with it. I guess some new lines. I'm going to run new lines on here. Like I say, I'm going to leave this other master cylinder on here that I got from Summit. So we'll show you what it looks like when she's done. All right, everybody, we're wrapping up this 67 Camaro here. Here's some things that we found on this. After Marty's little rant the other day when I told you I'll never give you bad information, so if I can't figure it out, I'll say, I don't know. Right here, I don't know. I'll just tell you. Here we got this Willwood, this master cylinder right here. Zoom up. The only thing that I can think of, see this little hole right here in that master cylinder, and we looked it up online, looked some things up, and the only thing that makes sense to me, you can see there the red represents like air that's trapped. And on this 67 Camaro, this thing sets at a pretty severe angle. But what I'm not understanding is once this is bench bled and all the air's out of it, you should be able to put it at any angle and make it work. I cannot make this work. Ron and I had this on. We didn't even use plastic lines. I made hard lines here to bench bleed this thing. We've had it on the car 3 times. 3 times. We've bench bled it and put it on. I called Willwood. They said it's impossible to have a bad master cylinder because they're all checked before they leave the factory, and we must not have all the air out of it. I'm not saying it's a bad master cylinder. I'm not knocking Willwood. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I can't make it work. I don't know why. We put another master cylinder on. You can see over here, we got what's on the car now. This is a Right Stuff. We got good brakes. We got good brakes. Another proportioning valve. So I have no idea. I really have no idea why we couldn't make this work, other than we couldn't make it work. Some of the other issues we found, he had some electrical issues. Man, like I say, the wiring. See here, see where that's loose there? Here, look at this 30 amp fuse. Looks like that's been warm a time or two. Here was a connection on the fan. How's that look to you? So just a little stuff that we tried to run down. But anyhow, that's just some of the stuff we found. Like I said, I told you if we couldn't figure out, I'd tell you, and we couldn't figure this out. So Camaro's got brakes on it now, but we couldn't make this work for whatever reason. Hey, Steve. Hey, everybody. It's Steve from Cross Thread Garage and Salvage. How you doing, Steve?
Pretty good, what do you know?
What are you driving today?
It's my wife's 62 Fairlane 500, two-door.
Wow, that is nice.
35,000 miles on it.
Seat covers on it. Is that original?
Yeah, carpet looks like it's brand new.
Wow, what's it got in it?
It's inline, it's a 170.
It's got an inside hood release, probably. Probably not in 62, huh?
No, it's there. I just didn't know where it was. I never have to work on it. It just works, you know. Get in it, turn the key, drive off.
Look how simple everything is.
Yeah, we bought this 3 years ago as a package deal from a guy that was retiring from his farm. Bought this in a 64 Lincoln Continental.
Really?
Yeah. Continental had 100,000 miles on it, but it was just as clean. Really nice. So, only thing I've had to do is plug some wires and a little bit of electrical work to get the brake lights working.
Fire that thing up, let me hear it. So simple back then. Things like a Singer sewing machine.
It's been repainted. The guy that I bought it from was the original owner out of Julesburg, Colorado. He lived 5 miles down a dirt road, and the rockers were all chipped up driving that whole way.
Man,
Years and years
nice?
and years. So he painted it like 15 years ago, but they pulled all the trim off. They pulled the striker plates and bumpers. I mean, they did a good job on it.
Good in the trunk?
Yeah. So you'll appreciate this. I left them in there because I think they came from the factory, but I bought this in Colorado, so I bought it just shortly after they legalized marijuana out there. I was digging around in here one day, and I said, what's this package over here? Oh, maybe it's on the other side. Package stuffed up in here. Pull it out. Good grief, the guy got a block of weed in there.
There you go.
It was actually, it's just wool and plastic. It's to keep the fender from rattling against the body panel. But yeah, missing the original spare. That seems to be the only thing I'm missing.
Yeah, that's a pretty rare find right there. Can't believe them seat covers on there.
It's got a bolt action transmission, so it's 3 on the tree.
Well, this
FM radio works, lights and wipers. This is a little aftermarket spotlight he's got.
yeah.
It's a mirror on the back side, spotlight on the front. I came over to check on you. Hadn't seen you in a few days.
What is that?
I heard from you. It sounded like you were kicking a tire in the background.
I
throwing
just
something
been
on the
in a
wall.
bad mood. I've been fighting the brakes on that Camaro, and then Cheryl got mad at me the other day.
Well, what did you do to get her mad at
I asked a question. That's it. I asked a question. Can you believe I just asked a question and she got mad at me?
I'm gonna guess it's the content of the question, not the question itself.
I don't know why it would be. I was back here sitting in my chair. I was done working for the day, and she came home late from work. She had to stop and get groceries, so, and I was watching her. She was unloading the groceries and stuff. When she got that done, she come out to get on the mower, and the riding mower didn't work, so she got the push mower out. It wouldn't start. She had to pull on it a dozen times to get it started. She finally got it started mowing, and I hollered at her to turn the mower off. She said, "What?" And I said, "When's dinner gonna be ready?" She blew up. One question. I asked her one question. She gets all mad.
Okay, we're doing a road test here.
Finally got brakes on this thing, so we got the new rear end in it, so we'll see what it does. Good pedal.
Okay, Marty, I think it's a quarter-mile to the road up there.
This ain't my car, so I don't want to get... What do you think?
Seems like it runs pretty good.
Pretty stout.
Pretty stout.
In fifth gear, 60 mile an hour, about 1600 RPM. I kind of
Yes.
like that trimming.
Yep, cool. I think it passed its test.
Hope JR will be happy.
We could keep it for a company car if he doesn't like it.